Nigeria is blessed with a large amount of renewable natural resources, which when fully developed and utilized will lead to poverty reduction and sustainable development. It is on this note I welcome you to this edition of Business Matters, where business truly matters. I am Oru Akporono. Thanks for staying tuned. Renewable energy resources and technologies are key to economic growth and development of any business. Let's take our business updates.
It was a gathering of entrepreneurs from all walks of life at the blockchain conference held recently in Lagos. According to the organizer, the event was put together to enlighten various business professionals on the use of internet applications. She spoke on what inspired the conference.
So many times I ask people, what is blockchain technology? And they come up with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. No, there's much more to blockchain technology than cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. There are applications we can use for verification of IDs. There are applications we can use for cybersecurity. There is applications we can use for transportation, farming, agriculture. So much that can apply to us as a people. So we have a lot to gain.
Keynote speakers at the event also commented on the impact of the conference on Nigerians and entrepreneurs.
So it's all about awareness, raising the awareness of blockchain technology. I think it's very important for the region and for Nigeria because of the youth population and of the energy that you have here in Lagos, especially for entrepreneurship.
Some of the participants expressed their views.
It's been really eye-opening, and already I'm inspired to do a lot of things when I get back to my own space, my own workspace, to see how we can improve and then be able to apply a lot of this blockchain concept.
The event was put together to enable entrepreneurs in the country to improve on their ideas as well as promoting their business in the international markets. The energy sector has the capacity of illuminating the nation Nigeria, and it is critical to the sustenance of the economy as well as the realization of the country's economic growth and recovery plan. This was brought to the fore as professionals, policymakers, investors, economists, and students across the energy sector gathered at the Light Up Nigeria conference tagged Repositioning the Energy Sector for Growth in Lagos. According to the convener, the event was put together to explore opportunities, challenges in inhibiting growth and innovation that will catalyze growth in the sector.
The conference is envisioned to help create engagement and discussions around the energy sector, the need for all of the great indigenous organizations to grow bigger than they are today, as much as also create strong systems and framework that can make them become one of the biggest global players around the world.
Special guest of honor at the event, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Ibe Kachiku, represented by the Senior Technical Advisor, Gas Power, Bite Adeniji, says the future global energy source for economic growth will depend on petroleum energy sources in repositioning the sector for growth and development.
We must consider that providing energy for everyone whilst reducing its negative impact on the environment is one of the greatest challenges for any government in ensuring a viable economy and polity.
Speakers at the event emphasized on the role of the government and practitioners in the industry in catalyzing development and growth in the sector.
We shouldn't have a policy 1 second that is going in that direction and then the next minute is going in the other direction. Let us have government taking a policy and the legal framework and consistently, transparently, and in a committed fashion implement it.
In any country where the penetration level has been quite high, there has always been government intervention. Nigeria will not be an exception.
Some of the participants at the event speak.
The truth is the program is very enlightening and engaging. In fact, I have gotten much more than I expected to get.
Well, we need forums like this to sort of reset what is going on in this industry. And I think the panelists have done a good job.
A world-class energy system will drive energy efficiency for the growth and national development. Up next, Closing figures from the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
The need for sustainable energy experts is rapidly increasing as they provide alternative source of energy in the driving economy. Welcome to our professional segment. Welcome to the professional segment of Business Matters. Today we'll be talking about renewable energy, the option for sustainable development. With me in the studio today is Rere Obiasi. He's the founder and the visionary behind the Renewable business. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
We've been hearing about renewable energy. It seems like a new term. So you're the professional, right?
Okay.
So tell us a bit about renewable energy.
Well, renewable energy, the type of energy that is gotten from renewable resources, that are easily replenishable, such as wind, sunlight, and then geothermal heat.
Okay.
Okay.
How is renewable energy essential for businesses, small businesses now, SMEs? How do they function?
Okay, renewable energy is supposed to be cheaper.
Okay.
Now, because we have resources that are replenishable naturally, you tend to spend less. For example, for small or medium enterprises, they tend to use generators. Okay. In turn, they are buying fuel every few months. They have to service. It breaks down. A few smoke pollutions, a few noise pollutions. But with the renewable energy, you don't have those things. And then, for example, if you're using the solar system, the sun comes out every day, whether you like it or not. And then that works.
But what's the cost disparity in instigating it, in putting it together?
Oh, well, depending on what you need, the amount of power supply you need, that would in turn determine the cost implication. If you don't need so much power, then it might not really be expensive. So we kind of suggest that people get these renewable energy sources or systems for the basics.
What are the options? What are the renewable energy options for them?
You see, for farmers, it's quite interesting.
Okay.
And then some of them use them for the lightnings of their pens, the chicken houses, yeah, okay. Because I think they always need light to eat and drink water. And then some farms also need, or not some farms, all farms need water. And you find out that they need to constantly pump this water. And there are renewable systems that you can use that will make pumping water to your farm easier. For example, there are solar pumps.
All right.
Okay, so instead of waiting on PHCN or using your generator, once the sun is out, those solar pumps just take power directly from the sun, and then they're pumping water for you. So some people use it for the irrigation system, some use it for pumping water. That's for whatever need they have. And then for lightening up the pen. Yeah.
How about the Nigerian economy? How does it affect renewable energy?
Oh, well, how does Nigerian economy affect renewable energy?
Yes. How has it been helpful or a hindrance to you?
Well, the truth is, most of the time, every new thing, it takes time for people to accept them, And renewable energy is relatively new, especially in Nigeria, And then for now, most of these products are imported. So we have issues with some of these import duties, clearing from. So sometimes it makes these prices shoot up. But on an average, it's quite affordable. And then most of the time, we hope that
it might affect the prices you're giving.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. So basically, I think that Nigeria can do well to support renewable energy businesses by giving, for example, giving loans out.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time I was having a discussion with a couple of my business friends,
okay,
and I made a suggestion. I told them that I would rather if the Nigerian government can come up with an idea to give every home a certain amount just for renewable energy.
Does that not take you out of business?
Oh, it doesn't.
Okay.
Now, this amount is not going to be given to them directly.
All right.
It's going to be more like you have...
Through the companies.
Yes, exactly.
That's where you come in.
Exactly. They say, okay, you know what, we have your family name or your business name under Renewable Nigeria Limited. They are going to come to your house to install so and so capacity for you, and you have power supply for so and so hours. So basically you are not getting the money directly, but the government is paying us to install for you.
That seems so futuristic.
Oh yeah,
very futuristic. I hope we can get there.
Okay.
What are the challenges you face as a vendor, as a renewable energy vendor?
Oh,
a day's challenge, regular day's challenge.
Oh, convincing people to, consider the renewable energy option. People are already used to having generators in their houses, and it's very hard for you to convince some people. But a lot of people are jumping on the renewable energy systems now. They are beginning to see the advantages. They are beginning to key into it. So we hope that in the nearest future, a couple of homes, a couple of businesses would have subscribed to the renewable energy system for power supply.
If we're talking, if they subscribe, how do you feel like this might boost the Nigerian economy when people start to subscribe?
Definitely. You see, most people, once people start to subscribe, there is less dependence on fuel, and PHCN. You see, PHCN is going through so much stress now trying to satisfy everybody. But imagine if every home has renewable energy sources, so they can always just balance it. If PHCN supplies 10 hours, renewable energy can do 14 hours, and then 24 hours is fine.
You were talking about the government.
Okay.
What do you think the government can do?
Oh, like I already said it, government should come up with a committee, and the committee can provide funds. Now, in this case, they are not giving these funds to individuals. They are telling them that, okay, we have funds for renewable energy systems. Now, if you need these systems in your house, okay, come register. So you do a form of registration. I'm just painting pictures right now. You do a form of registration, and then when they see that you deserve it, something like that, they send us to go install for you. So the government is not crediting those people's accounts, because most Nigerians, if you credit their account, they won't use it for the renewable energy sources. They'll probably go spend it on their personal, whatever it is.
Yes.
So now, when you do that, everybody has the opportunity to access renewable energy. At the same time, there is a form of payment plan.
Okay.
And the government can find a way to get their money back.
Give us a picture of how it works, how the process works. You install their batteries, the entire thing. So how does it work? You buy this and you install that,
Okay, so basically it depends. There is one that is called the inverter system.
Okay.
And then there is the solar system. Okay. Now basically...
And all these are off-grid systems?
Oh yeah, they are off-grid.
Okay.
Now the inverter system is not off-grid.
Okay.
The inverter system is not off-grid. The inverter system has to work with either the PHCN or the generators set, So most of the time, the inverter system can work independent of the solar.
Okay.
But most of the time, the solar cannot work independent of the inverter system. Renewable energy is the future. So the earlier we jump on that train in Nigeria, the better for us.
What's the future of Renewable Energy Company?
The future.
That's the future?
Oh yes, we intend. We have these people as our mentors, and every time we strive and work towards, having
a brighter.
Yes, as regards renewable energy. Yeah. So if you go on our website, I have a page there talking about our vision for Nigeria. Okay. We hope that in the nearest future, every home will have access to renewable energy, because not only just for power supply. You see, for situations like when you see the world saying, oh, they want to go green, I'm sure you understand what is going on with
the ozone layer.
Ozone layer, yeah, and so on.
That's why it's so hot.
Exactly. So renewable energy is the only way we can find a way around that, and then
stop burning gases.
Exactly.
Does renewable energy affect the environment positively or negatively?
Oh, it affects it positively for sure. You see, there is a campaign now. Everybody is saying, "Let's go green, let's go green," because of the effect on the ozone layer. You see, basically, these other sources of power supply, especially the generators, that produces what we call the carbon monoxide, and that is very, very dangerous to the ozone layer. But when you have renewable energy sources, like the solar, like the wind, they have no disadvantage.
Okay. What are the potentials for renewable energy in the economy?
Well, yeah, there are a lot of potentials, Like I said, the total dependence on power from the grid is reduced.
Okay.
There is less stress on the government. There is less stress on the people. You see, if you have renewable energy sources, for example, for me now, I'm not totally bothered about PHC, and if they give me power supply, fine. And I have a couple of clients, a couple of customers that have gone completely off-grid.
Okay.
Now, they don't use PHCN for their houses, they just use strictly solar systems. So if you can afford it, it's a good option. That way you are not disappointed.
Okay, that means it powers not only for the SM, it powers large factories as
well. Yes, I forgot
so
to mention that. I forgot to mention that we have different capacities ranging from 1 kVA to about 100 kVA. And then if you have 100 kVA, for example, in your hotel or in your industry, they'll power big machines. There are solar systems or inverter systems that can power your air conditioners. There are inverter systems that can power your washing machine. Very big.
So we're talking large factories that need a lot of power.
Yes. There are inverters that can power that. But we might not have them right now, but I'm sure in the developed countries there are a whole lot.
Well, we don't get a lot of orders in.
Yes, because it is not relatively affordable.
Okay, so what are the cost implications of those kinds?
Oh, they run into multi-millions.
Wow, okay.
Because, for example, if you want a 20 kVA inverter now with solar system, you can't. It's not in thousands. You have to put some millions together. I said, and I think it is majorly based on the cost of bringing it in. From the developed countries and clearing in Nigeria. We hope that sooner or later, even though some people are already making these products in Nigeria, we hope that if the government gives us enough support, we'll be able to develop our engineers here, and then we can produce them here.
Develop and also make it easier for us to bring in these products.
Yeah, exactly. So if it is made here, made in Nigeria, it definitely will be cheaper.
It will be cheaper, sure. And then everybody, including the factories, have access
definitely,
to renewable
madam.
energy. All right. How about you advise the viewers on taking the renewable energy option?
Advice.
Yes.
Okay, I'll advise the viewers that if you can try, even though most of the time it is not affordable, because most people want it to power everything.
Okay.
I always preach that you power the basics first. So if you're just all about the basics, that's the lighting, the fans and your TV, then you should be fine. At least once the fan is blowing on you and so on. Then.
And that's a cost-efficient option for them.
Yeah, it's really affordable.
Okay.
And for some renewable energy companies, they give payment plan options.
Right.
So you might as well just pay instrumentally.
Like what you were speaking about, the cooperatives.
So I will advise the viewers, you see, if you are tired of
the hustle,
if you're tired of the hassle, if you're tired of the noise pollution, if you're tired of the smoke pollution, if you're tired of servicing your gen every month and changing the oil, if you're tired of, you know, doing changeovers, you know, you can just subscribe to the renewable energy system. You see, the advantages to renewable energy system cannot be overemphasized. Okay. You'll be so surprised that these systems even have automatic changeover system. So when PHCN restores power, it changes over from renewable energy to PHCN, and when PHCN takes again, when they take the power, the inverter system picks up automatically. So you have like a seamless, you know, power supply. So I think the advantages of the renewable energy is just good enough for everybody to jump on that train.
I think I'm sold. Maybe we should talk about that installment.
Oh yes, we'll gladly put you on it.
Thank you very much, Rere Obiasi, for this interesting segment on renewable energy.
You're welcome.
We'll definitely be having you back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, viewers, for listening. We'll be right back.
Our products are made in Nigeria products, which we need to emphasize. They're handmade, they're bespoke, and they're a combination of pure leather and our ethnic fabrics. This one is called Ejide Exquise. This I named after my mom. So this is leather, this is crocodile, and this is Ankara. This is called Dr. Stella Adadeva. This we named after the doctor that died in the course of the Ebola. Our products are named after successful and important Nigerian women. This is called Atinuke Onoiga. She's a retired permanent secretary in Lagos State. She was in charge of primary health care. And I said, okay, we're not just going to do all the millionaires, we're also going to appreciate the civil servants. This is made out of leather and fabric. But what we've done is to also bead it. We beaded this. This is done with needle and thread. This is also made out of our ethnic fabric and snake skin. Now this is a fully beaded bag. They're hand beaded. It's called the Obashijoade embellished bags. They are extremely affordable for those who know the quality. They range between 60 and 200. We also have luggages that are made out of fabrics and leather, and they're very durable. It's an online store. We do e-commerce, but you can go on our website. It's www.thepottersignature.com, and we have an Instagram handle. It's TPS_bags. Or you can call me 0708 405 4748. 24 hours we pick your call.
Finally is our business success tips.
The need for businesses to utilize renewable energy as a catalyst for cutting costs of running and developing their enterprise cannot be overemphasized. That's the much we can bring to you on this edition of Business Matters. But before we draw the curtains, let me leave you with a quote. The use of solar energy has not been opened up because the oil industry does not own the sun. Ralph Nader. Till we come your way next week, keep doing business. I am Aura Coroner. Thanks for watching.